Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to give you guys a heads up on some Steam titles delisting forever. You guys know that I like to try my best to be on top of this kind of stuff. Somehow I'm always failing at being on top of this stuff, but we'll talk about that as it is something certainly worthwhile to be noting. Sega Classics delisting on December the 6th. Greetings, Sega fans. We've got some news to share. Our Classics bundles. As of December 6, 2024, we'll be saying farewell to new purchases of the Sega Mega Drive and Genesis Classics and Dreamcast Classics. Both of these great bundles and select individual games will be delisted on Steam on December the 6th. No worries if you already own a gamer bundle. These gems will still live on in your Steam library. You can download and play Sega Classics games whenever you want, as long as you own them before December 6th. They do have an FAQ, and they note if you've been thinking about picking it up, now is the time to do so. Now, what's interesting about this, and I'll go over the entire titles, is there's gotta be an underlying reason as far as why these games are getting pulled. And I don't think it's because of licensing issues or anything like that. I believe if you look at what happened with Sonic Generations was baked into this Sonic bundle, but that's the only way you can play Sonic Generations now, unless you buy the new release, Sonic X Shadow Generations, which, by the way, is awesome, but it's $50. I can totally understand why people don't want to spend $50 on that. I have to imagine that Sega is gearing up to release new compilation bundles of these games. Otherwise, why would you just forego on all of this money that you're just passively generating off of these classic releases? It's not, I'm sure they're not making money hand over fist, but they're notable games that are all here, and now they're getting pulled. Let's go over all of the titles just to go over them. Alex Kidd in the Enchanted Castle, Alien Soldier, Alien Storm, Altered Beast, Beyond Oasis, Biohazard Battle, Bonanza Bros, Columns 3, Comic Zone, Crackdown, Crazy Taxi, which, by the way, is getting a new original release, I believe in 2025, but don't quote me as far as the release window. Decap Attack, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, Dreamcast Collection Bundle, Dynamite, Hedy, Echo Jr., Echo the Dolphin, Echo the Tides of Time, SWAT, City Under Siege, Eternal Champions, Fatal Labyrinth, Flicky, Galaxy Force 2, Gain Ground, Golden Axe 2, Golden Axe 3, Gunstar Heroes, Jet Set Radio, Kid Chameleon, Landstalker, The Treasures of King Knoll, Light Crusader, Mega Drive and Genesis Classics Bundle, Nights into Dreams, which, by the way, we went over how to get that game for free, Phantasy Star 2, Phantasy Star 3, Phantasy Star 4, Rise Star, Sega Bass Fishing, Shadow Dancer, Shining Force 2, Shining in the Darkness, Shinobi 3, Sonic 3D Blast, Sonic Spinball, Space Channel 5 Part 2, Space Harrier 2, Streets of Rage 1, 2, and 3, Super Thunderblade, Sword of Vermilion, The Revenge of Shinobi, Toe Jam and Earl, Panic on Funkatron, you've got Vector Man and Vector Man 2, Virtual Fighter 2, Wonder Boy in Monster World, and Wonder Boy 3 Monster Lair. Holy hell, all of those games are gonna be getting delisted. All of those games will no longer be available, and that's pretty huge. And the fact it's this many games, again, I have to think, and maybe this is me being foolishly optimistic, that they are gearing up to re-release these games. I wish that to quell any kind of worry that they would announce the re-release compilation before, delisting this many games, but, sometimes they do wild things. We're in the latter portion of the year. I can understand waiting until the new year to announce the release or the announcement of this new compilation, but couldn't you also wait to delist the game? I don't know. Delist this many games. Like, this is a lot of games, and initially, I was like, okay, we're gonna lose out on some classics, but this is a ton of stuff that, I get that not everybody's gonna have interest in all of these games, and yes, these games are readily accessible via other means on PC. We all know this, but there's something about having a native copy on Steam that I do think a lot of people appreciate, and the fact that all of these games are getting pulled with, in the interim, until they do re-release these games, if they do re-release these games, they're not going to be available to play natively anymore, so if you do want to pick them up, now would be the opportunity. Now, these games are going to get delisted after the Steam Autumn Sale, so fingers crossed that during the Autumn Sale, the Thanksgiving Sale, all of these games will be heavily discounted. Remember that you have all of these games getting pulled, you have Forza Horizon 4 getting pulled, and you have the Dave the Diver DLC getting pulled as well. I'll make mention of all of these as we get closer, but sometimes it's just hard to keep up with everything. We got new games coming out, we got games we're playing, we got life, you know, the things are getting a little bit wild right now that sometimes these dates just creep up on you just like that, and you totally forget about it. I know, there was a game that got pulled recently that I did a very, very poor job of covering as far as leading up to it getting delisted. A lot of you guys called me out on it. I remember reading the comments section, and you guys know me, I got thin as hell skin, so when something like that happens, I'm like, okay, yeah, I effed up on that one as far as being in the know on pre-order or giving mention to the game getting pulled. I can't remember off the top of my head what it was, but it was somewhat notable, and I know, very comical of me saying it's somewhat notable and not doing a good job of covering it, but I digress. Yes, sometimes I do get lost in all of this. Right now, they do have the Dreamcast Collection Bundle, which is Crazy Taxi, Sega Bass Fishing, Sonic Adventure DX, Space Channel 5 Part 2, Jet Set Radio, Nights into Dreams, and Sonic Adventure 2. Now, I don't believe Sonic Adventure is getting delisted. It is not, so a couple of those games are getting delisted, but yeah, Sonic Adventure is going to stay. Although, like, Sonic Adventure is one of those games that I feel like Sega should absolutely do a ground-up remake for, but obviously you would want to keep a game like that perpetually available on the storefront, and there's a lot of people. But they took out Sonic, they kind of took out Sonic Generations, but the Dreamcast Collection Bundle is $37.63, and that gets you all of the aforementioned titles. To look at the Sega Genesis games, there is the Sega Mega Drive and Genesis Classics bundle. That is 45% off for $36.30. Again, I just don't think that's cheap enough for you to pick it up. You do get, like, pretty much all the games that are getting delisted from the Genesis side of things in this bundle. Comic Zone, Crackdown, Echo the Dolphin, Gain Ground, Golden Axe, Shinobi 3, Sonic 3D Blast, Space Harrier 2, Vector Man, Altered Beast, Shadow Dancer, etc., etc. You could also individually buy the game for 99 cents a pop. So the individual games for 99 cents a pop. But usually with something like this, if you have the desire to play these classic titles, you probably want to get the entire bundle, and that would be $36.30, leading you to save 45% as opposed to buying the titles individually. So if you do want to go that route, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, by the way, $4.99 on that. I believe that's the only one that is seeing a price discrepancy. Sonic 3D Blast, also $4.99. But is Sonic 3D Blast getting pulled? Yes, it is. So that's actually a notable one that's also getting pulled. There's so many games getting pulled that it's a little bit difficult to follow through with everything. So be on the lookout for this. I do believe Sega is going to re-release these in a new collection. Again, it would have just been ideal for Sega to outright say, hey, we're going to re-release these in 2025 instead of, you know, saying that they're delisting all this stuff when, you know, they don't have the re-releases announced. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts, and I'll certainly make more mentions of this, especially if we see deeper discounts during the autumn sale or some other platform. But that'll do it for me. Your thoughts down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.